up? I'm Mahad. I'm the founder of New Empire Media and the owner of the Learn podcast. And today I have
Baba Tunde.
Baba Tunde. Baba for short?
Baba for
Pacific Baba. So Baba here applied to be actually one of the head members of the production team. He's very qualified. And why don't you tell us a bit about yourself, Baba?
Hi guys, my name is Baba Tunde. Simple guy. I went to Toronto Film School. I am an editor. I'm a storyteller basically, so I edit, I write, I sometimes produce, and I direct.
Okay.
I have been telling stories for quite a while now, and that's why I'm here today.
It's actually crazy because Baba and I were having such an in-depth conversation about film school, where he went, that like I kind of wanted to cut it and turn the camera on because it was a good conversation. So if you want to kind of just pick up, I know there's a format I have for this, but we don't have to pay attention to that. If you want to just kind of pick up about what Toronto Film School meant for you and what it helped you do.
Yeah, Toronto Film School has been very helpful for me because it changed my perspective towards storytelling. I know a lot of us want to tell stories, we want to put content out there, but it matters a lot how your target audience are able to relate to your story.
Yeah.
If they cannot connect to the story you're trying to tell, then you're just wasting time, right? So you have to learn the art of being able to tell a story that people can relate to. And the more people you can get to relate to your story, the more audience you're going to have. So Toronto Film School was able to help me understand what kind of content the people want to consume. Because there's content people want to consume.
As a content creator, that's something you have to pay attention to. You can't just make content and hope it sticks, right? Like there has to be a methodology and plan, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. So unlike what a lot of content creators think, you're not creating content for yourself.
No, you're not. That's what people like. That's what I used to do. And like at first it works, but like if you want to scale that, there's no plan in that, right?
Exactly.
There's no plan in that. Yeah.
Exactly. And one of the things that people need to know or ought to know is you need to identify your target audience. So there are different people consuming different content.
Yeah.
You cannot create one content and think everybody's gonna love it. No. Some people are gonna love it. A lot of people are not gonna like it. So you also have to be able to give an opportunity for feedback when you create content. So do you guys like it? What's your comment? Do you want me to create something else? What other kind of content do you want to see? So these are the kind of things that I learned in film school. The ability to carry your content consumers along. It's a journey, and you're not the only one on that journey. You're like the driver of a bus or the pilot in an airplane.
Yeah.
If you don't make it conducive for people to follow you, nobody's gonna follow you.
Yeah.
You're just gonna be creating content and nobody's
watching it or anything. Yeah.
Even if they watch it, they may not come back, and you want them to always come back.
Yeah, for sure.
Every time you create something, you want people to always consume it.
That's a very valid point. And it's interesting you say that because I never really thought about all that until like I actually started like understanding Facebook and Instagram analytics and how there's keywords, there's hashtags, there's different points that they use to attract people and like pull people in from different promotions. And it's really interesting because you have to know your niche market to promote even these posts, right? You have to know that your niche market is great in say hypothetically Canada, Vancouver, Miami, LA, and Hong Kong, and you're gonna promote just those cities, right? You're not gonna promote globally and pay more, as opposed to, you're just gonna promote the cities that actually are watching your content.
Yeah.
And I think just understanding where and who, the kind of people that watch your content, is the main thing. Because like if you start to really like actually sit down and crunch the numbers, watch the analytics and all this stuff, you can tell there's a trend here.
Yeah.
That trend was maybe because my content had to do with like a pop culture reference at the time.
Yeah.
It's dying down because I'm not doing the same things that these people like. Alright, so we took a little break there, had some camera difficulties because this is a raw, uncut one and it's not an issue. But yeah, you were saying. We're talking about film school.
Yeah, so film school has taught me a lot, and it's all about knowledge. If you have the knowledge, you have an edge. If you know, you have an edge. Someone said that's the definition of knowledge. And like for example, if you're making, like we were talking about, you have to know the demographics of the people you're putting content out there for. For example, younger people would like music videos that have a lot of, quick bits,
fast
cuts, naked or semi-naked ladies,
misogyny,
flashy cars, but the older generation would not really see that anything fanciful about that. They want something calm, something more relaxing. They've been through a lot in life.
Yeah.
They need to relax. So you have to know who your final target is. And that's what I learned in film school. Another thing that I learned in film school is that how to migrate your target audience from one social platform to another social platform. So there's
it's very important.
Yeah, there's a rule.
Very important.
For example, you have 20,000 people on Instagram, and you want those 20,000 people to migrate from Instagram, follow you to YouTube. There's a research that was done. I don't know how true it is, but that's what I was taught in film school. That only 10%.
I don't even think that's high, to be honest. I can tell you this because I have 1,800 friends on Facebook, and that's a lot of friends on Facebook. I don't know many of them, but I kept on saying, hey, go follow my this page, that, and only 2 or 3 of them would go. But it's because that's not really a following. Right, that's just people I know that I'm saying, hey, would you mind being my following? So it's it's interesting because when you actually have a following that you built from scratch, and it's hey, go follow this. Almost 100% of people go if it's the same same social media. For Instagram, it's my other Instagram account. Go follow it. All people be yeah, I got you. If they say, yo, go follow my Twitter, it's I don't even have Twitter, but it's if you do have Twitter, you open it, it was too much work, bro. I don't want to log in and it's oh, it's on Instagram, I'm already here, I'll do it. It's and that's the thing, people are lazy. People are lazy.
People are lazy, and there's a lot of content producers out there.
Yeah, and that's another thing, there's a lot more content producers coming out.
So now, like we're taught in film school, it's a competition for eyeballs. Also, it's a competition for attention and time.
So yeah, I don't like that. That's content has now become a competition for attention. It's true. Yeah. It's very true. It's look at me, look at me. It's no, look at me. I'm doing something funnier and cooler. It's yo, there's no substance. There's no meaning. There's no message. You guys are just doing this for the effects. And you guys want to do that? Go to TikTok. Don't come here and preach on some oh, I'm here to make a difference. I want to. It's no, you don't care about that. You only care about the views.
Yeah.
So be honest. And there was a time I only cared about views.
Yeah.
And you could tell by the depth of my content, I had the, how intellectually stimulating the content was versus how just surface level it was. Yeah. Because the surface level stuff gets seen. People love the surface level stuff. Yeah. People are surface level. Yeah. Right. So it's I really had to understand, not only my niche market, but my purpose with the content. Yeah. So it's what am I really trying to achieve with this content that I'm putting out? Even if it's as simple as sharing a post on Instagram. Yeah. What am I trying to, achieve with this? And that's where the intention comes in. Yeah. And I think it's oh, I'm intending to reach this group of following I have for this venture. Yeah. And understanding the intention behind what you do to get where you need, I think is the most important thing, because people have intention, but there's no intention in their action. There's no intention in how they finish, polish, and release a project, right? Yeah. It's all about I'm gonna start, but people don't remember why they started.
Yeah, and as a content maker, right, you need to love your purpose. So the reason why you're putting your content out there, don't lose it just because you're trying to get people. No, try to get the people that love the content you're making.
Yeah, see, that's very important, because there was a time where I wasn't really getting a response from the content I was putting out, because that was the point in time where my content started being geared towards me and who I was becoming. Yeah. So it's all the people that kind of mess with you for a different kind of image they had of you, they're I don't understand, right? And that content starts falling out, and it was when I just kind of maintained my content and aligned with my content consistently that now people are commenting oh, this guy's been doing the same thing, and it's him. It's not someone else, he's doing it on him. And that's the hardest thing as a content creator, I'll tell you right now, to stay true to yourself at the beginning. Because if you're getting paid in views and we're getting merchandise and brand ambassador partnerships and offers and deals and contracts all over, you don't really care what people think. You're yeah, well, I'm getting paid being me. Screw you. Yeah. But if you're just coming up, it's tough.
It is.
Especially because all your friends are yo, what are you doing? All your homies are yo, bro, what the hell is this? It's bro, that's me. And I've had a lot of friendships fall off for that reason, because people thought I was a certain person, and thank God I'm not that person. When they saw me for like who I'm trying to become, it's like, oh, you're either intimidated by it or like you don't support it, which is fine. You know, like everyone's not gonna support what you do, but the main thing is like staying true to yourself. Like that's such an important thing, especially as a filmmaker. I know there's a lot of film producers and directors in Hollywood that just do what sells.
Yeah.
You know, and like I think it's the whole thing with like having purpose and intention behind it, because like my purpose is to help people, your purpose is to tell stories, and like without purpose, you're just running around like a headless chicken, and like that's a fact.
And that's true. And talking about telling stories, see, you must understand, like I said before, there's a lot of content creators out there, and everybody's doing a great job. So you need to develop your art, your ability to tell your story, your true story, without leaving your true story. You need to be able to tell the story in such a way, that people want to watch. So in film school, we were taught that the first few seconds matters a lot.
Yeah, even in a Facebook ad, I'm gonna share this information with you for Facebook marketing that I'm getting into now, like Instagram advertisements, all this. The drop point is 2 to 4 seconds. If you don't have the audience attention this is a 30-second Facebook ad, okay? No, there's $1 million like studies and like shares and research done into this for Facebook ads specifically. For the 30-second Facebook ads, if you don't have the audience's attention in the first 2 to 4 seconds, you're gone. And I find that ridiculous, because I'm out here putting 4-minute videos on YouTube, and like a minute later I see people leaving. I'm like, oh well, fuck, I gotta make better content now. And it's like, that's the one thing people don't get. Like, yeah, okay, if your content's cool, it looks flashy, they'll click it. But will they stay? Will they watch the whole video? And a lot of the times the answer is no, because like they either come for you and stay for the content, or they come for the content and stay for you. Like,
the thing is, we all do the same thing that we don't like.
Yeah.
I cannot give you 10 seconds in a 1-minute video. So the first 5 seconds, you gotta really keep me. If you keep me past 5 seconds, I'm gonna watch everything.
Yeah, but like, see, that's the thing with me. It's like, I don't really open anything that like I wouldn't watch as is. So it's like I watch it with, again, intention. I watch it with the intention to learn, with the intention to be entertained, with the it's still intention, right? To like just to absorb some information. So when all this stuff happens, it's just like, oh, I gotta really take a step back and like, what am I really trying to accomplish in the first 10 seconds? Do I want them to stay, or do I want them to click the link in the bio and go check out the podcast? Do I want them to watch the whole video for its message and purpose, or is it just like a little gimmick that is going to take them to my podcast? Like understanding this is what really made me like love marketing, because it's like there's so many levels, and like if you're doing cross-platform marketing on different like social media and stuff, it's fun, because like you have to know what caters to each social medium like market, right? So like there's certain things I wouldn't say like on when promoting on Facebook, because I have a very large audience on Facebook. I wouldn't be as personable, or like as try to be funny. I'd kind of keep it more professional. On Instagram, I'm a goof, and everyone knows, like, I'm like, hey guys, what's up? And it's like I'm fun going, I'm loving it. It's because that's how I am being comfortable, right? And it's like people just need to really, to stay true to yourself. You have to know who you are. Exactly. You have to truly know yourself. Okay.
But so I agree totally with you. But you see, we also need to understand the direction that the world is going towards. So the world is not going towards the direction of intelligence.
Oh no, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
The world is going towards the direction of entertainment. So even if you have
not even entertainment, distraction. No,
escapism.
Yes, that's it. Escapism.
Take me away from my present moment.
Yeah.
Give me something that
anything that can stimulate me. Anything that can stimulate me more than this.
I know I don't smoke this. That will get me high. I don't take some drugs that will get me high. But give me entertainment. That will give me that same feeling.
Yeah, facts. That's absolutely true. Dopamine, serotonin, everything.
Yeah. So if you have a good message, an intelligent content, you still need to, because you need these people to watch what you're doing. You can, like we said, we're not making it for ourselves.
No.
So you need to still follow the few seconds start rule,
of course,
whereby you can distract them and then pass a message across. That's the way it works now. I don't know. I watched the movie one time, and it's really got me scared, because I forget the name now. It's on Netflix. I forget the name. Where in the future, everything is done by likes. Everything.
Black Mirror.
Oh yeah.
Black Mirror. I love that episode, because It's literally what's happening now.
It's scary.
It's social credit, and people think like, oh, Hong Kong crossing the street, like the cameras. That is social credit. That is social credit. And what people don't realize is that Peel, Canada, all these like first world countries have had social credit in place for the longest time. Your bank credit is a type of social credit. You go to a bank or you try to get a loan from like your business or something, they're gonna look at you a different way if your credit's below a certain point. You'll be like, oh, nah, I'm not giving you the bank. Like, no, I'm not giving you a loan. You're like you're low credit, like, and then there's like criminal credit, right? There's like they check how you're doing in like the criminal system, how like you're affecting people, how like you're in and out, and it's just crazy because systems of social credit have been around for a very long time, but like they haven't been so direct. But now it's just like we accepted and grew this into what it is. So it's like everyone's on board. Everyone's on board. It's sickening. It's sickening is a word. It's sickening.
In the movie, I saw a situation where this guy could not even get into his office building.
Yeah.
Because he didn't have enough lights. I'm like, what? Yeah. So that's the direction we're going. You know, everybody's just, the future is going to be built around that in a way. Like you said, it's already being built in a way.
Yeah.
Like now it's just like, for example, your background checks, your bank account, those kind of social credit. It's going to grow. It's going to get to its time where, okay, for example, now you put out a movie trailer, for example, as a filmmaker, right? Everybody loves the trailer, but when some people watch the movie, it's total shit.
Yeah.
Then you get bad reviews. The bad reviews, when you bring out another movie, nobody's going to go watch.
Yeah. That's social credit.
Yeah.
That's social credit. And that's social credit. It's crazy because who the hell gave that reviewer? No, I want to talk about this because, like, there's a lot of music reviewers. Who gave this dude to, like, they just have a platform and they go out and talk nonsense. And they go credit or discredit someone else's work and hard work based on their perverted and diluted understanding of art and, like, what they've been taught. And I find that absolutely ridiculous because who the hell made you a professional?
No, that's one way to look at it.
Yeah.
Another way to look at it is look at it in terms of people are putting content out there that's just wasting your time. Like
this is screening it.
Yeah. So if you watch
true.
a movie and you're like, oh, and we have the same taste for movies, and you watch the movie first and you say, oh, don't go watch that movie, it's waste time.
Because I know you won't like it.
Yeah, then you save my time.
Yeah, for sure.
So imagine if both of us go to the theater and we pay money to watch a movie.
I guess that's like the purpose for reviewing. Yeah, that's like what would be like the perfect in the perfect world.
Well,
that's what it would be. But like now it's just like it's arrogance, it's ego, and it's like it's people coming in and saying like, yo, I know music more, or I know movies and art more than the guy that made the art. And it's like, no, you don't. Like that dude has credibility.
Yeah.
He has a foundation in knowledge. He's studied the craft. He's perfected his skill. He's getting better at his craft and he's putting in work. You're sitting behind like some stupid tabloid or newspaper getting paid to write nonsense. And believe me, I'm a writer. I could do that too. I could easily go get a journalist job and just rip on people all day and think I'm cool and I'm up and like I'm sick because I do that, but no, that's a shitty way to live. Because like I don't get it. Like, how do you just give yourself the credibility to say what is and what isn't art, or what is and what isn't good art? And I think that I find that very like I take this very personally because
that's true.
I love art. My purpose in life is related to art and music. So it's like for someone to be able to do that, like if that guy was like a Picasso or Van Gogh in his own right, God bless your soul, you're helping everyone. But you're not only have you not ever made like a movie or a song or like who even gave you the credibility and the knowledge to like to judge it like this? It's like it's anarchy.
Exactly. So it's balance. How do we balance?
Yeah,
That's the problem. Because I agree with what you just said. Like art is art, and people have to take credit for making art. You cannot say someone's form of art is not art.
It's
just because you don't like it.
Yeah, it's invalidating someone's like life work and like their purpose and like their energy. That's not cool.
And it may not be art that is selling now.
Yeah,
I mean, when podcasts started,
no one listens to podcasts. Like now, it's all people do.
Everybody.
It's all people listen to. It's crazy.
If you're not making podcasts, then who are you? What are you doing?
Yeah, like
that's the way. That's the direction it's going. So. Like now, initially it used to be audio podcast alone. Now, video podcast is coming in.
Interviews, this, that. Like you have like a breakfast club now with like the hip hop, everyone smoking and stuff, and it's like it's a lifestyle.
All sorts of podcasts.
Yeah, so it's a really like it's a separate like it's a completely different form of entertainment now, because now you have an entertainment, and this is an actual fact, okay? 92% of people that listen to podcasts listen from start to finish, and I'll tell you why. They listen with the intention to learn, to absorb information, not to be entertained. Because if you're looking to be entertained in 5 minutes when you're entertained, you're like, all right, cool, I'm done. Because whenever I kid you not, I have, like, my thing is, like, I can't sit still now because, like, I always want to be doing something to better myself. So now when I turn on a movie or, like, a TV show, I watch it for 3-4 minutes. I'm like, oh, screw this. Like, I'm entertained. Like, you know, I don't want to entertain myself anymore. Like, I just be, like, a brain dead at this point if I did. So I go read a book or something. And, like, people don't get, like, yo, I don't know the point I was trying to make, but you get what I'm trying to say, right? Yeah. If you want to, like, kind of just wrap this up, because we almost, like, done our recording time. Okay. If you want to just tell me how you heard about this opening.
Yeah, so I came across the opening on Instagram. There was a post that your company was looking to hire people, some creative people in some positions, and I said and I happen to be looking for more roles
More
as an editor. So I'm trying to put in my hours, you know, because there's a number of hours you've got to put in as an editor, for example, for you to become to say that I have the experience. And, you know, I'm trying to put that hours in. So I decided, why not? Let me give this a shot, and that's how I heard.
So last question. It doesn't have to be long or short. There's no right or wrong answer. But what does creative expression mean to you?
To me, it simply means the available opportunity to be able to create, to be able to bring the intangible into a product, something that I can see, touch, or relate with. Something that I can connect emotionally with. So there's a lot of people out there with stories that will never get told. And one of the ways those experiences that those people have will come to limelight is if we tell a similar story about another person that they can relate with. So for example, I just watched a documentary before I came here where a lady was raped, and she went into the case went into the court system in the U.S. and the DA, the district attorneys, decided not to prosecute because they said there was not enough evidence to prosecute on behalf of that lady. So the victim became the one that was being victimized again. You know, but the good thing about that documentary, which is my point of reference, is that a lot of other ladies who have been raped, you know,
come out and speak up.
Now came out and spoke
because that's what it is, right? Like, it's about, like, someone being, ultimately it's a fucked up word, but it's a scapegoat. It's a scapegoat. And, like, I say this because I was a scapegoat with my story, and then other people started coming out and telling theirs. And, like, at first, like, being a scapegoat is tough because, like, everyone's like, no, it's like, it's actually horrible because everyone's like, oh, fuck this, what are you doing? You don't know what you're doing. Why did you do this? Blah, blah, blah. And, like, they don't understand the intention. Right? But, like, after you're done being scapegoated and, like, you pave the way for other people to tell their story and message, like, people are like, oh, you know what? That's a noble thing. Like,
what's more important is that you came out and you told your story. So others were able to relate with it. If you never told your story,
no one would have been able to
if nobody told your story, they won't come out because they can't relate to it.
I see the problem with that is they won't even know they have a similar problem unless, like, they're like, oh, fuck. This dude is literally doing what I do on a day-to-day. He was doing back then. Maybe I should see how he stopped.
Exactly. So for me, that's creative expression. It's not just me being a genius at maker or something. No, it's telling stories that people can relate with. If nobody can relate to whatever I'm doing, it's a waste of time.
Absolutely. I'm just gonna give my expression. So for me personally, creative expression is just life. I feel like everyone is a creative. I was talking to my buddy Dill about this earlier. Everyone is a creative. But the difference between you and me and, like, someone out there that doesn't consider themselves a creative is that we found the skills to creatively express our thoughts, right? And for me, creative expression, it could be like the tie I wear, how I dress, the watch I wear that day, the shoes I'm wearing, like how, like, the music I listen to that day, right? It's more so about just, like, manifesting your emotions and feelings into, like, either something intangible, like you were saying, like a product, or something part of your lifestyle. And I think that's just, like, the beauty of creative expression. Why it means so much to me.
True.
But do you have?
It's not just human beings. Like, even the animals are creative. Have you ever seen a fish swim?
Swim
with style. Have you ever seen, like, for example, the lion walk?
With the grace and, like, magnitude.
You know, so there's creativity in everything. Even the plants that
don't speak. Shout out plants.
Everything. You know, so I think it's just like you said, everybody's born a creator.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Everyone's born an artist. The problem is how to remain an artist when they grow up. That's very true.
That's it.
But yeah, do you have any other questions?
No, I'm
Yeah, no, I'm good. I want to say thank you so much, Bob, for coming out.
Thank you.
Welcome to New Prime Media.
Thank you very much.
Perfect. You guys can catch us on the Learn Podcast page, exclusively there. And be on the lookout for video podcasts coming out with Baba as the head of the film production team.
Thank you.
Thank you everyone for your time.
Thank you.